By 1943, World War II had reached a scale that demanded organization beyond anything previously attempted. At sea, this meant convoys so large they could not be seen in full from any single vantage point. Protection itself became an extreme, not defined by safety, but by how much loss could be absorbed. The Atlantic Ocean was the central artery of the Allied war effort. Britain depended on it for food, fuel, vehicles, and ammunition. If Atlantic shipping failed, the war in Europe could not continue. Convoys were not optional. They were survival systems. In mid-March 1943, two massive convoys crossed the North Atlantic from North America toward Britain. One was designated HX-229, composed of faster merchant ships. The other, SC-122, consisted of slower vessels. Together, they formed the largest concentration of merchant shipping ever assembled during the war. Convoy HX-229 and Convoy SC-122 together included approximately 110 merchant ships. They carried fuel, food, raw materials, and military supplies. Never before had so many civilian cargo vessels traveled through the most dangerous waters of the Atlantic at the same time. The convoys moved through a region known as the Mid-Atlantic Air Gap, an area beyond the range of Allied land-based aircraft. In this zone, escort ships were the only protection. Destroyers and corvettes were spread thin, responsible for dozens of ships each. German Naval Command, under Grand Admiral Karl Dönitz, had perfected the use of submarine wolf packs. Using radio intelligence and reconnaissance, dozens of U-boats were directed toward the convoys. This was not opportunistic warfare. It was coordinated, deliberate, and scaled. On March 16th, German submarines made contact. Over the following days, U-boats attacked repeatedly, often at night and in heavy seas. Torpedoes struck merchant ships with little warning. Fires burned in darkness. Vessels broke apart and sank within minutes. Between March 16th and 20th, Allied losses reached one of their highest points of the entire Battle of the Atlantic. More than 20 merchant ships were sunk during the combined battles surrounding HX-229 and SC-122. Thousands of sailors were exposed to freezing Atlantic waters. Despite the destruction, the convoys did not stop. Rescue efforts were limited. Stopping meant increased vulnerability. Convoy doctrine accepted a harsh reality. Survival depended on movement. Protection meant ensuring that enough ships survived, not that all ships did. These battles marked the peak of German U-boat effectiveness. Within weeks, Allied advances in radar, sonar, escort carriers, and long-range aircraft would begin to close the air gap. March 1943 represented the last moment when submarine warfare threatened Allied survival at scale. The largest naval convoy of World War II was not about a single victory or defeat. It was about logistics under extreme pressure. Wars are sustained not by dramatic battles alone, but by supply systems that continue to function despite unacceptable losses. The largest naval convoy revealed a defining truth of modern war. When scale becomes extreme, loss is calculated, not accidental. Protection does not mean safety. It means endurance, long enough for the balance to finally shift.